What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Dear Ashley Grace. I know, don't fight me. I've been gone for a second. I know. But listen, I'm back, okay? I'm back. And I missed y'all. So welcome back to Dear Ashley Grace. And let's get into the things. So recently, I was watching A Different World. A Different World is probably one of my favorite shows to watch. And watching it back recently, I realized something. As many people like to say that Whitley and Dewayne Wade were couple goals, as I'm watching the seasons, and more particularly the wedding episode, Dewayne Wade and Whitley were a mess. Were a hot mess. Would not say as a grown adult that they were couple goals. And I'm going to tell you why. And this may be a hot take. This may be an unpopular opinion. Y'all may try to shift my wig a little bit, but hear me out. So if you've watched A Different World before, you know that we really only count seasons 2 through 6 for obvious reasons. But let's chronicle the relationship of Dewayne and Whitley so that we can really understand where I'm trying to go with this, okay? Now, in season 2 of A Different World, Dewayne is really chasing after Whitley. And Whitley is not for it. She sees Dewayne as being immature and all the things. She flirts with him here and there. They have moments here and there, but never to the point where we think that they're going to be a couple.
Well, Whitley, I'm flattered, but I'm kind of hung up on Suzanne.
Oh, please, Dewayne. I have a Harvard man. I was just trying to make Suzanne jealous, you ninny.
Whitley is definitely the one who's holding all the cards and just doesn't want to go further with Dewayne. Now, we jump into season 3, and you see that there is a balance, right, between the two. Now, Dewayne is still chasing Whitley, but Whitley is biting just a tad, not a lot, but just enough, to where now it seems like Whitley may be interested in Dewayne. Now, Dewayne at this point is growing out of his immaturity. He is becoming more of a Renaissance man, if you will. And Whitley is liking this, right? So towards the end of season 3, we think that something is about to go down between the two. But they both go off and do their own thing during the summer. And that's when we come back in season 4 with Whitley now wanting to bite the bait, okay? So Whitley now wants to be with Dewayne. However, Dewayne is riding Whitley this whole summer, right? Trying to see what she's doing, what she's up to, keeping in touch. Whitley is getting these letters. But Whitley is deciding not to write Dewayne back to build anticipation. Bad choice, wrong move. So in this time when she's back on campus, she's like, you know what? It's time. I'm going to be with Dewayne. I'm going to let him know how I feel, and he's about to be my man. But unfortunately, because she was playing these games, Dewayne moved on. And he got a new girl named Keanu. Okay? Keanu is the new girl.
You're exactly the way I imagined you.
And I couldn't have imagined you, Kikoko.
It's Keanu.
And Whitley just knew that Dewayne was going to be all over her because that's what their relationship has been at this point. Of course, Dewayne has dated other people. However, Dewayne has always held out hope that Whitley would finally give him a chance. However, because Whitley has been playing hard to get and kind of playing games with him, he's like really making Whitley work for it to be with him. And so finally, Whitley wears him down. Dewayne breaks up with Keanu because he knows that Whitley is the one that he wants to be with when they both decide to be together. Now, they're having this romance, which is cute. All of it is all to the cute. Everything is hot and heavy. They're having a good time until Whitley gets an opportunity to have a summer job in New York. Now, before this, they're planning to move in together and spend more time together. Now, in that moment, she really wants him to tell her to stay, but he doesn't. And so when Dewayne finally sees Whitley off at the bus station, Whitley's like, you know what? I think that we should just go ahead and call this relationship off. And as she's about to leave, Dewayne is like, marry me. Will you marry me?
Dewayne.
Whitley! Whitley! Marry me!
Now, this may have looked cute in the moment, but as I'm looking back at this now, he was only proposing to Whitley to keep her in the city with him. Not because he was ready to get married, not because that was something that he had been thinking about and wanting to do. It was because she was leaving. But with that, Whitley's like, okay, bet, I'm staying here, but let's plan this wedding. And Dewayne is like, oh, this is really happening. Like, she's for real. She's moving, she's making plans, and he starts to get cold feet. And while this is happening, he meets someone within his department, someone who has similar interests that he does. He's an engineer, she's a mathematician, he loves math, and it's something on a different level than what he has with Whitley, because Whitley is all about the frills and art and being expressive, but she's not super book smart like Dewayne is. And he's seeing other ways that he can interact with women in this woman.
Lisa was so mellow, just like me. I like that. See, I don't know if I'm ready for together just yet. Marriage is forever, for life, and Whitley is so damn needy. Listen to me. Lisa and I, we sat together and we talked for hours. I looked up, the next thing you know, I was having fun with this woman. Just fun, you know?
And because of this, it causes a nick in their relationship to where now he has to go to Whitley and admit that he saw another woman.
Last night, I went out with another woman.
So even with this being on the table, they both decide that they're still going to get married, but it's very shifty, very, very shifty. So as the engagement dinner is drawing near, still Dewayne has cold feet. Whitley is unsure of everything because you just came to me and told me that you went on a date with another woman while you're engaged. And so they're at the dinner and they're doing the toast. And Whitley asked Dewayne, to say something on their behalf. And he was like, he didn't have anything to say. And so Whitley goes to try to do the toast, to which then she's like, I'm not getting married. Dewayne is not sure if this is what he wants to do. And so Whitley kind of makes the decision for both of them and they call off the wedding.
I'm not enough for you.
No, that's not true. Sometimes you're too much.
I want to be your one and only, Dewayne. Are you ready for that?
But Dewayne still wants to be with Whitley. But Whitley is moving forward because you proposed to me, but you're not ready to be with me. So you played in my face. So I'm going to move on with my life. So she starts dating other people. He starts dating other people. And in that time, she meets a really nice man. He's a politician running for office. And Whitley is intrigued by him. And he's intrigued by her.
Hillman is very lucky to have someone like you on their side.
Thank you.
I could use someone as persuasive as you on mine.
So Dewayne sees this happening, but he's not taking it all too seriously at first. So Whitley and the senator start to get really close. And there's a moment where now Dewayne is like, okay, there's something happening here. So what happens is that the senator goes on a business trip. And Dewayne is feeling the way, but also Whitley is feeling the way. She likes the senator, but she knows that she's in love with Dewayne. And so she calls him to see if he wants to come over and talk, and he says no. Then he just pops up all of a sudden. Now he's ready to talk when she's caught off guard. They're talking, they're arguing, they're trying to figure it out, and then all of a sudden Dewayne kisses Whitley, and we all know what happens next. So they wake up the next morning. Dewayne is cooking breakfast and Whitley is having regrets. And as she's talking to Dewayne about this, the senator shows up at Whitley's door. And so she basically chooses the senator at this point. And as they move forward, the senator and Whitley actually start to seriously date at this point. Now they're in a relationship other than just being interested in each other. And so as their relationship grows, on the night that he wins the election, he decides to propose to Whitley, and she says yes. And Dewayne is flabbergasted. He is sick. You hear me?
If you would be my wife.
Yes.
Dewayne is sick about it. He wants to be with Whitley, but he's not making that known at this point. He's just going with the flow at this point under the impression that she's going to go through with getting married. So on the night of the wedding, Dewayne pops up to Whitley's house where she's about to get married, and he's spilling his heart out. He's trying to gauge basically where she is, but at no point in time does he say, listen, I want to be with you. I don't want you to marry him. I want to marry you. I want to be with you.
You taught me how to love, Whitley.
You taught me how to love.
If we were all that to each other, why didn't our relationship work? I always knew you'd make a beautiful bride, Whitley.
And then he leaves. He leaves, right? And so the next day, the marriage is about to happen. The wedding is about to happen. And Dewayne shows up. And as they're about to say their I do's, all Whitley can see is Dewayne's face and everybody else's face. Until then, which point Dewayne interrupts the wedding and says, I want to marry you. And please, baby, please, 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 baby, please.
Will you have me, Dewayne, as your lawfully wedded husband from this day forth to having a whole and richer for poorer? Baby, please, please.
I do.
So then Dewayne hijacks this wedding to where he gets married to Whitley. Dewayne interrupting the wedding was not romantic. It was actually rude for you to come in at the 8th hour, the 7th hour, whatever hour it's going to be, to finally tell me that you want to be with me. You had all of this time before I even met this man to say how you feel and mean what you say, but you wait until someone else is seriously interested in me to finally come to your senses that you want to be with me. That is not romantic. I don't come to me Johnny come lately when you ready. Because when you ready, now I'm moving on and I'm on to the next one. Okay? And to be real, even the actors who played these characters have the same sentiment that I have.
Like, we had done so many real things on the show, so many things that felt real. For me to crash this wedding like this felt like a complete leap. Didn't make any sense.
First of all, I felt it was disrespectful. That wasn't a compliment.
Right.
For him to come up there at the last minute, the night before, you at your mama's house. And if it had been me in my real life and you came up in my mama's house, you know, and then the next day you object, no, it's too late.
The reason why I say that this is not couples goals is because Dewayne and Whitley were never equally yoked. Dewayne was constantly trying to change Whitley, and Whitley was constantly trying to adapt to what Dewayne wanted. Whitley came from a well-to-do family. She did not grow up poor by any stretch of the imagination. Her father was supporting her all through college up until the point that she graduated, to be honest. And as far as Dewayne, he came from a very working class family. Very smart guy, knew what he wanted to be in life, knew he wanted to be an engineer, but nothing came easy for him as far as when it came to stability. The other reason why I don't think this is couple goals is because Whitley should have married the senator, because the senator saw Whitley for who she was. The senator was not trying to change Whitley. The senator thought very highly of Whitley. He thought she was very smart, very intuitive, had a great personality, and wasn't trying to take any of that out of her. Knew that she liked the finer things and nicer things, but also knew that she had a sense of humanity as well. And so he liked all of those things about her, where opposed to Dewayne, anytime Whitley made mention of expensive things or going this place or buying a certain thing, it's like, you want a lot, the upkeep, the maintenance. It's like he had a complaint about the things that was Whitley. And even when it came down to the career aspect of it all, she still had to move out of the country so he could fulfill his dreams. And she didn't have that for herself. But I definitely do not feel that Whitley and Dewayne were equally yoked. And I don't think they should have been together. And that's okay. If you haven't already, please go ahead and like this video. Also, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and make sure you press that post notification bell so you know when I post videos next. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.